we all need to talk about how overdraft fees are a scam and start doing something about it. Because why
Yeah.
are y'all charging me money for a transaction y'all allowed to come out? I didn't ask you to allow it to come out. You should have declined it. Why would they not just decline a transaction that you don't have the funds for instead of letting the money come out just so they can charge you a fee for it? Honey, if I didn't have the money in there to begin with, what makes you think I have the extra $35 for the fee? Like, that's crazy. And they know that. They know people who get overdrafted already don't have money. So why would you charge me a fee for it when you're the one who let it go through?
What do we have here? Listen, guys, I honestly believe this is a situation where individuals have not read the fine print. Individuals have not done the research. Individuals may not understand how overdraft fees work. And listen, you can get caught in any of those situations. I need you to watch this video all the way through because listen, guys, I believe my mind says this is where it starts. If you don't have any financial literacy and you go ahead and you open up a bank account, you just wouldn't know. But matter of fact, I believe this is the exact trail that ends people up in bankruptcy.
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
I know what you're going to say, Orlando. How is that possible? How is it? How is it that someone opened up a bank account and just using overdraft fees, how will that ruin them financially? Oh, man, listen, you're going to enjoy this ride. We're going to get into it. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help with the channel. We're trying to get to 200,000 subs. I cannot get there without you guys' help. So please, if I'm giving you any value in any of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Also, too, I have a newsletter that is completely free. I mean, how can you beat free? You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Sign up for it, please. And then also, too, if you need any type of financing that deals with commercial properties or investment properties, I am your guy. I've been a lender for 20 years. And I can assist you with that. That information is in the pinned comment and the description, guys. Let's jump straight into it. Listen, I've been telling individuals from the very beginning, watch out for those overdraft fees. The $35 fee that you just took. The $35 fee that you just took for a McDonald's Big Mac, a Whopper value meal that you paid $16 on. Yeah. You said, you know what? I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm going to go ahead and take the hit. You do know you just paid over 100 and something percent. 100 and something percent. Almost 200%.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
Almost 200% in interest. Listen, if I was a bank, I would take that all day long. You're telling me I can just charge people $35 every transaction, no matter if it's 1 cent? To $500 and I can charge them a $35 fee?
Boy, you crazy.
Now, people are going to get mad at me for this because this is part of broke culture. People are going to tell me, Orlando, you don't know how it is. It's hard out here. But let me ask you this. How hard is it out there? Is it so hard that you can't budget? Is it so hard that you can't save? Is it so hard that you can't read the fine print? Is it so hard to do math?
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think it's a good idea? You want to go hang out with your friends and you say, listen, I have no money. I literally have $5 in my account, but my friends want to go out tonight and I need $200. You think to yourself, I can get it. I can get it. If I just overdraft my account, for $35, I'll be good. And then you tell yourself, I'm going to pay it back. But you really have no choice because your direct deposit will pay it back. But the question is, what do you do now that you're negative $235? You're supposed to use the rest of that money to pay the bills. But listen, I know, I'm jumping ahead. Let's just move forward.
Overdraft fees are annoying. True or false? No matter if you're the customer or the bank employee, the answer is true. So from a customer's perspective, it's because they are annoying and Most people are not prepared for them. Also, people who are going into the overdraft obviously don't have money, so that's kind of just adding to financial stress from people who don't already have money. Overdraft fees can feel definitely unfair if you overdraft for $12 because you forgot about your Netflix and you get a $30 over fee. I meant to say overdraft fee, but I slurred my words because I can't talk. Lastly, for customers, there's just so much complexity when it comes to overdraft fees. Like if you get gas at the pump and they take $1 and then like 5 days later they take a real amount, like I get that. It's frustrating. But here's where it's frustrating for bank employees as well. The people working the front lines always have to deal with the customer complaints, not the people who are actually putting the fees in place, and that sucks. A lot of times we agree with the customer and we want to waive them, but we don't have the ability because we don't have the authority to do that. It's also annoying to constantly have to explain how overdrafts work because they're not as simple as people, or not really people, banks say that they are. Also, being a bank employee is about building relationships and trust with customers, members, clients, and fighting over a $30 fee is just damaging to that relationship. And so that can cause a strain in us building a relationship with the client. So that really sucks.
You know what? I'm glad she brought that up because maybe a lot of people don't know what overdraft fees are, the complexities of it, because I keep the same energy for everyone. Because as much as I'm on individuals for accountability, I'm not going to sit here and tell you the banks don't take advantage of you.
Fact.
The banks know that you're not going to read the fine print. The banks know that they can make money off of people who are not financially with it. I think this is a great time to answer this question because a lot of people are confused at what overdraft protection, overdraft fees are. They don't know what's real, what's not, all the other things. So I think this is a great time for Orlando University so we can just clear this up. Okay, so banks normally have two types of overdraft programs. Normally they have overdraft protection and then they have overdraft coverage. Well, overdraft coverage, guys, that is protected by law and you have to opt into this. But that only covers ATM withdrawals and one-time debit transactions. One time. That means it's a one-time transaction and it's not reoccurring. The auto pay bills, those are reoccurring. Those don't count. Now, to get into this program, you have to opt in. Here is where the gray area is. Well, it's up to the bank's discretion. Let me say this again. It's into the bank's discretion. Let me say this again. The bank's discretion if they want to cover said overdraft of reoccurring. Let me say this again. Reoccurring payments, transactions, checks, ACHs. That area right there is the gray area. And banks are taking advantage of it. But let me be honest with you. There are a lot of banks that don't follow this and you can opt into it. And then you have the other portion of it, which is overdraft protection. Now, overdraft protection is using another account to cover that payment. Those are the two types of programs. And as you can see, one is protected by law and you have to enroll in. Then we have the gray area, and then we have the protection, which you basically use another account to cover the payments if you don't have enough money in that account. I know what you're about to say. Orlando, that don't seem fair. Professor, that doesn't seem fair. How is it that a bank is just gonna automatically, at its discretion, decide if they want to charge me $35 on a transaction fee on a transaction when I had no money into it? I see. Listen, this is where financial literacy, reading, and research goes. You have to call your bank and say, I decline all. That's the term in banking industry, decline all. You call the bank and you say, listen, I want to decline all when it comes to overdraft. I don't want the protection. I don't want the coverage. I don't want you ever taking money. And the bank will say, no problem. No problem. We'll do that. But here's the rub, guys. A lot of people don't want to get rid of it. They use it for lifestyle.
Come on, man.
If you're one of the individuals who don't want this, then just take the advice and go decline all. But let me tell you what the numbers say. The numbers say that even though people do have the option to get out of the overdraft fee, they say no. Make that make sense. Listen, make that make sense. You're telling me that people want overdraft fees? Or they want to have the option to pull money out that they don't have? What does that sound like?
Awkward. So awkward.
Hey, PNC. Y'all are a bunch of I have $30 in my account. If I take out that $30, that means the $30 is out of my account. That doesn't mean, hey, we're going to charge your account that has $0 on it when I have overdraft protection on.
Okay.
I have overdraft protection on! Stop texting me saying, hey, PNC paid for a transaction for you. I didn't ask you to! I didn't ask you to pay it! And then you're like, oh, well, you didn't have money in your account before, and we paid it off. What do we think, that we're going to have money now? And you think that you're going to give me a timeline of putting money in my account? I got to scramble around finding money so you don't charge me another $40. Then, now you hit me with an overdraft fee. Boom. $50 in my account. Negative. Then you dips charge me again. Why the are you paying for my when you see I have... If I have negative $50, why the are you like, let's pay for another one? You fucking pieces of PNC, you're a fucking scam. I know exactly what you're doing. You're hiding behind the auto pay bullshit. You're saying, oh, well, if it's auto pay, we can't really protect you from overdraft. What the are you?
You see this, guys? We just talked about this in Orlando University. See, he's upset, and I understand why he's upset a little bit. But here's the truth of the matter. The responsibility was on him. I know a lot of you guys want to blame PNC. I get it. Their money, they want money. They're a bank, right? they're going to want to be greedy. We all understand this. They're going to try to charge you the fee. But did you hear what the gentleman said? And let's use the knowledge that we just learned. Right? He said he has overdraft protection. Well, overdraft protection, as I just explained, it means that it's going to take money out of the account that you linked to that account. So that $50 or whatever, the $40 that hit your bank account, it said, oh, wow, let's go to this other account that he has, because in this account, he doesn't have the money. He didn't have the money there either. So what did PNC say? PNC said, well, since we know you're not paying attention to your finances, we're going to charge you a fee. We'll go ahead and take care of that for you. Because remember what I said earlier? The gray loophole is recurring. And what did he say? I know you guys are going to use recurring payments. They will. All the time and every time.
I need my payday.
But this is the reason why you can't just do a lob up. You know, a lot of people do that. They lob up and they go, well, the account is a debit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my checking account as my budget. It is going to tell me when I need to stop spending. How far has that got you? This is the reason why I'm so on individuals, letting them know you don't want this. How about you avoid this all in general? How about you say decline all from the beginning? I don't want any of this. The first time that you see an overdraft fee, call your bank and say, I don't want any more overdraft protection, coverage, or anything. Zero zilch. That's what you should have did. But again, what did I say earlier? A lot of people use overdraft fees to survive.
Oh my God. Oh. You're killing me.
But I'm here to tell you that the game that you're playing, which is chicken, you're trying to see who's going to blink first. And let me tell you what, the bank will swerve on you the fastest.
Damn.
Now I want to get into the next section, why I believe this is the very, very, very beginning of broke culture. Why this is the very beginning of all of your financial troubles that you won't be able to dig yourself out of. Because let me explain this to you. You think that the banks, the banks will be like, oh man, listen, we love getting all this $35 from individuals and blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you what will happen. The bank will kick you out of your account because you're an overdraft user.
Get out!
Look, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, we can go on and on. They all do it. They say, you're high risk. You're a high risk individual and we can't deal with you anymore. Yes, you've paid us over $3,000 a year in overdraft fees, but listen, we realize that you're very high risk and eventually you're not going to be able to pay that. And when that happens, we're going to be on the hook. So we'll extract money out of you until our risk assessment says you're too risky. And then the bank tells you have 30 days to get all of your accounts in order. And then we're going to close your account. See ya. and here's the truth. Most of the time, it's before your direct deposit hits and clears things up. And then you're going to have the bright idea to go, well, if they're not going to keep my account in and they're not going to wait for my money, I'm just going to go to another bank and bank with them. I'm going to go to the bank down the street and bank with them. I don't care. Let me tell you what's going to happen next. But before I tell you that, I think you want to hear it from someone else. Let them tell you it's a bad idea.
And I had bills coming to the account. I had checks that I'd written. I went overdrawn about $300. Okay. And then everything that started hitting on there, the bank started charging me. I'm not going to name the name of the bank because I hated them for this. For every week that I was negative, they were charging me like $35 or something stupid. So it ended up being $500, $500 some dollars. The account got closed because they said, so in my frustration, I said, how am I supposed to recover, when I have all these bank fees and y'all ain't willing to waive it all for a $5 sandwich or whatever that sandwich was. Yep. But it became clear to me that I was not managing, I was not recovering from, I didn't have a mentality of recovery. As a result, I was overdrawn and I was running on E and overdrawn.
You see that, guys? Listen, I'm not making it up. I'm showing you receipts. This actually happens.
It's bad, real bad.
So you see this gentleman telling you, listen, it's a cycle that you can't get out of. And then they close my account and then what? Well, let me explain to you what's going to happen next. You will understand 100% why I say this is the beginning of broke culture. This is the beginning of you not getting anything. Financing cars, financing houses, anything you want to finance, you'll never be able to get it. All because of this. See, what's going to happen is Bank of America, PNC, whatever bank it is, they're going to report you to ChexSystems. Now, I know a lot of you guys may not know what ChexSystems is, but ChexSystems is basically if your account has been overdrawn a lot, or your account has been closed, or you owe a bank something and you just jet it out on them and you never paid them back. It is all on ChexSystems. What does ChexSystems say? ChexSystems says to other banks when you try to open up an account, you don't want this customer. He's a bad or she's a bad customer. You don't want them at all. They're high risk. So when you go, oh man, listen, I'm just going to go to another bank, you're going to get hit with ChexSystems. And they're going to say, oh, sorry, we can't accept you. You're high risk. Did you just have an account with Bank of America? And then, and you had a bunch of overdraft fees? Not us. We know, sorry, we can't accept you as a customer.
And now you deal with the consequences.
You let someone try to drop a check into your account thinking it was sweet, and now all of a sudden you're banned from Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo, and you can't open a checkings and savings to save your life. This is why. You're probably in the ChexSystems and the early warning system. If you're on here, you're enabled to open a checkings and savings account at most major banks. Big banks look at the ChexSystems and the early warning systems to declare if you're a bad business. For example, in the past, if you had a closed account due to you having continuous negative checking accounts, you're probably in the system, meaning other banks are probably not going to give you business or even let you open an account. This is why some individuals are Cash App bandits and Chime bandits.
You see that? This is what I'm talking about, guys. You're going to be in ChexSystems. You won't be able to open up a bank account. You won't be able to get a finance of a car. You won't be able to finance a house that you want. You won't be able to do anything financing with the bank. Nothing. So this is the reason why you see individuals saying, I'm going to cash my check. I'm going to cash my check at the gas station. This is the reason why people have their work checks sent to Chime or their work checks sent to Cash App. They can't get a bank account.
Man, I'm dead.
But here's the thing. There is hope because the check system thing does fall off after 5 years. But here's the problem. If you're living in the broke culture, and when I say broke culture, I'm not shaming anyone for not having more money. What I'm talking about is people's mentality. If you're trying to figure out shortcuts on how to have $2 but then ring up your credit on your debit card so that you get an overdraft fee, but you still, if you're doing all of that, then yes, that's broke culture. You're setting yourself up for failure. And again, people do this. They don't understand about ChexSystems. So unfortunately, they're doing this year over year over year over year. They get another account, it gets closed. 5 years starts over again. So hopefully you understand my viewpoint when I say that this is the start. Imagine you start off and you open up a bank account at 16, 17, 18 years old. And then you overdraft the account constantly. In 2 years, Bank of America says, bye-bye. They put you on ChexSystems. Now you can't open up another account. Now, for 5 years, you're just in limbo, dealing with Cash App and Chime. You can only buy cars from Buy Here, Pay Here. Anyway, guys, listen, I can talk about this all day. I love this type of content. So if you do too, we do exclusive content over on Patreon. You guys will love it. Also too, you won't get all of your info from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get you into your first rental property. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.